Hello traders, so this is a quick update on USDJPY, and we didn't get our setup, but like I'm just gonna explain what happened on this one. So as you can see here, we were looking for some selling opportunities. The market was just pushing down, creating lower lows and lower highs, as you can see right here, and now we are in this downtrend. We were anticipating selling opportunities, but like we didn't reach that area of interest. And then if you're new to the channel, please click the like button and subscribe. My name is Bradley, and this is the content that you're subscribing to, guys. Now, so as you can see here, previously we had our high point, this is the low point, this is the high point, this is the lower low, then this is the lower high within this point, then we had a lower low. So that is your external structure, guys. Now, so whenever you get to plot out like your external structure, that is when you can get to understand like what's going on in the markets. So before I forget, guys, this is another lower low, lower high within this area. As you can see, we had the 3 candle pullback creating the double top formation, of which that is your liquidity, guys. So I'm just gonna focus on the current structure, but like I'm just trying to build like a narrative on what's going on my charts here, just because some of you may not understand. But like even if you don't understand, we have the inner cycle of which you can just join and get to learn how I trade, guys. So as you can see here, we had this area being tapped into, then we were targeting this low here, just because we know that this is our trading range. So from the low to the high, this is our overall trading range. If this high here gets taken out, then it means that we are no longer looking for downside, but like we're looking for the market to push to the upside. So this low here got taken out, of which it has to be taken out. Then we had a break of structure, and then this is like a trade recap like I told you. And then as you can see here, this is the market, or this is the current market structure here. So we have this as our highest point, or our new trading range should be this high here, this highest point, and this lowest point here. And then what we were anticipating is what, for the market to push to the upside in this type of fashion. Let's say maybe around here, push up and then tap into the supply zone, then get a change of character on the lower time frame. Then that is when we get to sell. And then what I noticed, guys, is that waiting for a confirmation entry is the way that you should go, just because you're not going to take like silly trades or lose trades that are meaningless or do not have like any form of value whenever you're trading. So I decided to take like risk entries off like my trading plan and just focus on confirmation entries on the 15-minute time frame only, guys. Now, so as you can see, from the high to the low, you can just take your Fibonacci tool just like that to the low. And then the anticipation is what, whenever we use the Fibonacci tool, what we want to do is take entries above this area here. Just because we are looking for selling opportunities, we take entries above this area here. If you're looking for buying opportunities, then let's say maybe just like that, let me invest this thing here from the low to the high, then it means that you have to take entries below this red line here. It means that this area here of imbalance or an order block, for example, if we had an order block, it would be valid. What you need to do is wait for a change of character, then enter your trades, guys. Now, so let me just remove this thing here and then put back my charts the way they were. Then as you can see here, we have our fib tool to the high to the low, then we tapped into this fair value gap here. Fair value gaps sometimes, guys, can be like a bit confusing. Sometimes they can get filled, and then after getting filled, that is when we tap into a supply or demand zone. Then that is when the market will move. But like sometimes you can get a change of character within that imbalance, and then the market will just push to the downside. So what I'm waiting to see is if we're gonna take out this low here, then we can continue with our sales. But like what happened is that we tapped into the fair value gap, as you can see, and then on the 15-minute time frame, that is where we got that confirmation entry. So if we just zoom out and just try and look at the current structure, maybe there is something that I missed. So as you can see here, I didn't miss anything, just because this is a fair value gap like I told you, and then there was no area of like supply or demand, but like this one was a valid one that I was looking at. As you can see, from this point to that point, we can refine it to this zone here. So looking at the current structure, as you can see, we tapped into the zone, then the market started trickling around this point, creating like equal highs at that point in form of liquidity. Then after doing that, that is when we had this as like our lower high. Then we were expecting a higher high. Then the market gave us a lower low, lower high, as you can see right there. And that means that we had a change of character. And then what I like about the strategy, guys, is that you can just wait for the market to show its hand before you can get involved. Let's say maybe we had a change of character like this, and then maybe entries should be let me just use the fib tool so that you don't get confused, guys. Nah? So from the low to the high, as you can, from the high to the low, you can obviously see that we tapped into some area of interest here, of which it's already filled. It's a bit messy. You can just leave it and then wait for a clean break of structure around this point here. Then after even the break of structure, you obviously know that you're looking for a 3 candle pullback. As you can see here, there is no pullback that is valid. There is no 3 candles here. That means that this is not your low. Then your lowest point is this one here, around this point here. Then you can just count the candles. You can see that this is a clean pullback, whereby this is confirmed that this is your high around here, and this is your low point around that point. So it means that this is your trading range. So now you're looking for your areas of interest. That is where you're going to execute your trade. And then this is a nice IDM, guys, or an inducement. And then an inducement normally means that it's liquidity, whereby people get trapped into selling early, guys, thinking that this is your area of supply whereby you can get to sell, or which you get liquidated. Then the market pushes to the downside, then you get confused, you scratch your head not knowing what you're doing. But like, this is your inducement around this point. And I didn't trade this one just because I'm still waiting for the funded account that I am using to trade like currencies, guys, just because I normally don't like trading currencies that much. So as you can see here, we had the IDM, of which it's an inducement. Then after even the inducement, you can obviously see that this is a fair value gap. Then after even the fair value gap at the extreme zone, we also had this supply zone around that point. So the entry here should be a bit simple. As you can see, we take a shot around there, or you can take yourself at the fair value gap right there. Then you place your stop loss just above here. But like, what I like to do when it comes to 15-minute entries is that I use the zone, or the start of the zone, then my stop loss should be just above here. Then whenever we are on the 1 hour, I use the midpoint of my overall zone, then my stop loss should be just above, just like that. Let's say maybe 820 pip stop, or 825 pip stop, maximum 30 pips. But like, I don't like doing like my maximum stop losses, or having like a dedicated stop loss for each and every entry. No, guys, I don't do that. I just look at the zone and try to be on the safe side of the market. So as you can see here, a bit down, then your stop loss should be just above. As you can see, this one is 134. You can put it at 130. It makes sense for you to have it like 813 pip stop. Doesn't make sense just because it goes into the zone. It doesn't have to go to the zone. So let's see, 150 pip. Yeah, it should have been fine. 150 pip or a 15 pip stop loss, guys, now. And the target should be at the lows, the previous low, just like that. And then this would have been a nice 20% trade. And like I said, I didn't take the trade, and I saw the trade, to be honest, but like, I didn't take it just because the account that I'm waiting for, I'm still waiting for the funded next account, of which I had like 5 minimum trading days, and then I passed the account in like 2 or 3 days. I don't remember. You can just check the video on funded next. And yeah, I had to take like 0.01 trades up until I reached like the maximum, or the minimum trading days, of which it's 5. And I have reached it like today, so I'm just waiting for the funded account so that I can continue trading the currencies. Just because when it comes to trading gold, I don't like using it on funded accounts. And yeah, guys, I'll see you on another video. I hope this one was also valuable to you. And yeah, peace and love, guys.